You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, in a ridiculous league that felt the need to punt out the great Jon Gruden and, allow guys like Greg Hardy and Rashee Rice, who is still playing day-to-day, by the way, with how many felony charges against him out of Dallas, and Deshaun Watson playing each and every week. The No Fun League, the National Football League, Roger Goodell, who continues to make absolutely no sense when it comes to crime and punishment in his league, they have come out and decided to put a fine on what is known to be one of the best guys in all of the National Football League, and that's Derek Carr. Derek Carr did something over the weekend. Well, frankly, Derek Carr's doing all kinds of stuff right now, like absolutely destroying the league, in case anybody hasn't noticed. And I know there's a ton of Raiders fans on this channel. And yeah, I haven't done a Raiders video in a while. And guys, I just haven't found the right thing yet. Right? At some point, yes, I'll get more Raiders content on here, but this is sort of Raiders adjacent. All right? Because I got Derek Carr and I got Jon Gruden. And we got news on both, and I decided to put them in the same video. So, Derek Carr, by the way, is killing the league right now. You see that? 76.9%, 443 passing yards, 5 TDs, 1 pick. And boy, if this is not indicative, right now he's number 2 on PFS quarterback grade list. If this is not indicative of making sure you've got the right offensive minds on your team, right offensive coordinator or an offensive coach, a Kyle Shanahan, a Sean McVay, those kind of Andy Reid, Clint Kubiak, another one, Kevin O'Connell. I mean, seriously. Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator that got hired by the New Orleans Saints, looking right at you, New England Patriots, although I like Alex Van Pelt more than most people do. I actually think the Browns are going to look worse without him this year, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, Derek Carr, the Saints, Alvin Kamara, the whole bunch absolutely running amok on the league right now. And, of course, they pulverized the Dallas Cowboys directly into the ground in Dallas this past weekend. Dallas, I don't know if you've noticed this, 2 out of your last 3 games that counted, you got destroyed. Anybody remember the Packers in the playoffs? That's kind of what this looked like. So if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm somewhat worried right now. But Derek Carr had a celebration after a touchdown in the end zone this past weekend, and the NFL decided to fine him. The No Fun League, as Derek Carr combined 2 of the best things ever created, Michael Jackson and the National Football League, and Derek Carr gave us a really cool little celebration, a nod to the King of Pop. Right here, right there. Oh, yeah, the crotch grab, and I guess it was the crotch grab that probably got the fine. I'm sure it was. But, my God, thanks NFL, thanks Roger Goodell. You've got scumbags all over this league. And probably the nicest guy in the league you decided to actually give a fine to. Come on, man. I mean, seriously, bring back Come On Man just for this. I mean, seriously. That's ridiculous. A Chiefs fan, that's ridiculous. What a joke, man. One of the best teammates, best men in the league, imitating one of the greatest music artists we've ever seen. The No Fun League lives on. Seriously. They really just be fining for anything and everything nowadays. Yeah, but if you do something really bad, they'll let you keep playing. I mean, come on. Seriously. No Fun League. Come on. This is a petty attack orchestrated by a group of lowlifes who are envious of Derek's success. I'm going to pay this fine on behalf of Derek. I'm going to call him tonight to let him know. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I did see some people. This guy right here said, "We're for the love of God, Derek, keep this energy. We'll start a GoFundMe or something if we have to. Just keep cooking." I mean, who knew Derek's crotch was worth so much? It's funny. It is funny. Come on. Ridiculous. Let them have fun. No fun league. And some people are doing young kids are watching, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I mean, look, dude, I grew up during the era of Michael Jackson. You know, I mean, my first, this is gonna age me. My first record that I ever bought was Thriller. So, yeah, you know, there was some crotch grabbing involved there back in the early 80s when the Thriller situation came out. God, it's still arguably a top 5 record ever created today. Probably the greatest $14,000 he ever spent. Seriously. Yeah. Seriously. So, that takes us over to Gruden. Now, guys, we have covered Jon Gruden on this channel a bunch. This channel and Black and White Sports, the bigger channel, a lot. All the drama that's come along with that. We talk a lot of Raiders football on this channel, too. And Jon Gruden is back, folks. In case you did not know this, Jon Gruden's got a YouTube channel and a YouTube show, yada, 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 and it's glorious. Chucky is back, folks, and you can watch him all the time. He put out a video 22 hours ago. This channel's already blowing up. 115,000 subs. And if the NFL wants to get a gauge on how fans are going to react if Jon Gruden was to come back, I checked in on a video earlier. It had like 15,000 likes and like 80 dislikes. I think people are just fine with Gruden. In the comment section, people love seeing Chucky. Either coaching or on TV breaking down games, talking football. That's just all there is to it. So, when all of this started and he got booted out, a couple of months later, I proclaimed that I did believe that Jon Gruden would return to coaching at some point, and I think he's flirted. You got to remember, he was in Chiefs training camp, and he was also involved with the Saints last year. And eventually, I think he ends up back in the league, either as an offensive coordinator, and he was in the running for this Saints job. Now, look, Clint Kubiak looks like the right hire there. But I said I felt like he would eventually come back to coaching in college. Well, that looks like what he is putting out there. He's officially signaling he is willing to go coach in college. In fact, he wants to go coach in college. And he talks about it in this interview right here with CBS Sports. And, I think there's a chance. We've seen it, close calls. LSU was there was a big movement to get Jon Gruden that job. But there's 2 places that I'm thinking of the most when it comes to Gruden and college football. The University of Florida and Florida State would be the 2 schools. Normally, I'd say look at a lesser school as of right now. A school like I'm just throwing this out there, but like a Maryland or Fresno State or somebody like that, where Gruden could come back in, have a couple of years where he wins, 8 games one year, 10 games another year, and boom. He's built his rep up a little bit more, and he goes on to a LSU, Florida State type situation. But I don't know that it's going to take that long. Because, again, behind the scenes, there was a lot of movement around him and LSU. The fans wanted him. I guess he could still end up there if somehow, some way, LSU's season collapsed and Brian Kelly got the axe, but I don't think that's going to happen in LSU. But this is what Gruden had to say. He's officially putting it out there. Yeah, I'm interested in coaching. Gruden told CBS Sports' Brandon Marcello in a September 18th interview, my dad was a college coach. I was a college coach at Pitt. Pitt would be a good place. My wife was a cheerleader at Tennessee when I met her. Hell yeah, I'm interested in coaching. I know I can help a team. I know I can help young players get better. And I know I can hire a good staff, and that's the only thing I can guarantee. But yeah, I'm very interested in coaching at any level, period. That's interesting. Notably, Gruden said he'll coach at any level. In the past, he's been strictly an NFL coach. He hasn't coached at the college level since '91. If hoping to get back into coaching, college would make a lot of sense. He could go to a smaller program to try to rehabilitate his image, and his coaching style might better fit at that level. And by the way, he decided, he came out and was like, I'm not even going to talk about this email bullshit, this scandal. And I think that's the way we all feel about it. I mean, I think it's BS. He got run out of the league. He got targeted. Mark Davis still angry about it. Jon Gruden still like Mark Davis is one of his best friends. By the way, that YouTube channel I showed you, he interviewed Derek Carr just a few days ago. You know, Derek Carr ain't afraid. He still vocally loves Jon Gruden. You know, a lot of players do, and a lot of players, black and white, have come out on the behalf of Gruden since that scandal. So that I don't even feel like that's much of an issue. Yeah, I would say a lesser program, but honestly, if you're Florida State, you got to remember these kids' parents are my age, right? So here comes Chucky sauntering into your living room, and we all watched him coach, watched him win a Super Bowl, watch him be on the sidelines for great NFL teams, either as an assistant or a head coach, and we watched him forever on Monday Night Football. And Gruden oozes charisma, and he is pure hardcore. He'd win those parents over in a minute while wearing his Super Bowl ring. In a minute. So, you know, I think you could see this happen. I do. And I would look for some rumors to start popping up real hard after this college football season. Got to remember, college football, they now have general manager-like programs in most of these institutions because of the transfer portal and NIL. The college football is much more like the NFL. Now you got a 12-team playoff. You see what I'm talking about. So, you know, it wouldn't shock me a bit at all if Gruden ended up taking at least a Power 5 job somewhere. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.